Come here. Welcome to the Famous Foxes Aftermath Show, live every Sunday on Leicester Fan TV. Come on, you Foxes. Good morning, Foxes fans. How the devil are you today? How's your weekend been so far? Well, were you dancing on the ceiling when Vardy got his contract? We shall see. Well, you know what day it is. It's Sunday. It's 9:30 a.m. So it's time for the Famous Foxes Aftermath Show run by us fans for you fans out there. And you know what? Your opinion matters. So get them comments in now. Let's get going. It's kickoff time. Come on, you Foxes.
The Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content, like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live. Thanks to our sponsors, Everods, Bolo Blinds, Pocker Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Foxes Arms and Rainbows. We are live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Morning all, hope you're well, you're good. How's the weather in sunny Leicester? It's lovely here. It's a bit windy today, but it's lovely. Morning Aggie, how are you? Paul, great job, yes. Hi Philip, how are you? Yes, great about Vardy. Has signed a new morning Jamie, great Vardy has signed another year. He's our inspiration. Loyalty is a rare thing in football. If you know me, I bang on about loyalty all the time. But this man has got absolutely buckets full of loyalty. And all I can say is, well played, Jamie Vardy. Loyal to the end. Chapstop, morning. Can't keep relying on Vardy. No, we can't keep relying on Vardy, unfortunately. Signed striker and cannon, yes, we certainly need. Morning, Chris. How are you? Yes, I've seen links. With Leicester and David Ancelotti. Yes, the manager, the Suns. His dad's the manager of Real Madrid, but he wants to stay there, unfortunately. Jamie Vardy. Oh, yes, certainly blue blood. He has definitely got blue blood in him. Patrick, whoever sanctioned Vestergaard's contracts needs sacking. Sacking on the spot. And talking of Vestergaard, let's bring him in his biggest hero, his biggest fan, I should say. Morning, Reedy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah. Talking of Vestergaard, will you just get this bit out of the way first? Were you a bit surprised about it in a 3-year contract?
I'm not surprised he signed. That's the main thing. I'm surprised it's a 3-year contract. I thought it would be 1 year after everyone was moaning about his previous wage bill contracts and saying that if he does re-sign, he has to lower it. So if he's lowered it to 35 and halved it, and now he's on 3 years, then fair enough. But again, the main thing is the fact is if we go back to the Championship next year after being relegated again, hopefully he's not on that 70, because that's one reason why we're stuck in this spot for induction
I
this
honestly
year.
think that there would have been a relegation clause put in that contract. His money would have gone down. I can't see him being on that much. He's 32. I cannot see him being on that much, even though he scored last night for Denmark in a friendly against Sweden. I can't. Victor Christensen played last night as well. We'll come on to him later. But yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he signed such a long time. But I think these deals would have been done last week.
Yes. Well, like I said, we knew that these would be announced at some point because we weren't allowed to announce anything until after the 6th of June anyway. So yeah, it was going to happen at some point.
So all this has been done, and then the manager has buggered off. And they probably signed under a new manager. They've signed under Enzo. And then now, as the title of the show goes, hello, is it me you're looking for? We've been linked with so many managers. They're in contact with so many managers. It's not becoming a bit of a joke, but it's like they're in talks with another. They've been in talks with Potter, Cooper, Solskjaer, Colberan, Moyes, Ruud van Nistelrooy, what's his name? Oscar Garcia, even Rob Edwards and Cambiasso have been only Rob Edwards and Cambiasso have been mentioned. We're not in talks with them, but they've been mentioned as well. Reading the list is you've got quite long arms. This is listed as your arms.
I wouldn't say long arms, mate, but
But who would be your man? I mean, Solskjaer, he hasn't had a job for 3 years.
out of everyone, I've already said my choices on another show for all this, obviously all the manager talk from the transfer news stuff. The horrible thing to say is I wouldn't like Cooper, and people are saying why wouldn't you? He's Prem experienced and whatnot. I don't see the level compared to someone like Potter or Moisey.
Just one thing with Cooper, right? He's 40, not 44, I think it is. I can't remember, or I might have got that wrong. Oh no, he's 49. Sorry. He was the manager of the England under-17s when they won the World Cup in 2017. He did well at Swansea. He did well at Forest. And he did well in the Premiership with Forest, apart from the last few weeks when he got the boot. So he's got Premiership experience. He wouldn't be my man, personally, because of the Notts Forest connection. That's all it is. But I think Cooper is a decent manager.
I would take Solskjaer over him, but that's just me. I think that might be the Forest bias over it all. I think that would be mine to say I'd rather him over that. But again, I already said that if Enzo and when Enzo went, it's time to get a Premier League manager in. There's no point going back to the Championship, which obviously a lot of people wanted Corporan at the time. So I didn't get that link. But again, out of all the managers, the best bet would have been Potter or Moisey.
Well, yeah, Potter. I agree with you on Potter. Yeah, I definitely agree. Graham Potter for me would have been absolutely fantastic because for me, Potter is a bit of a wizard, to be honest.
I don't think any of them two would come. So your next best thing for me would be Cooper or Solskjaer. So
if you go for Cooper, there's someone's here. No, I can't crack that joke. It doesn't work. Sorry. I was going to crack a joke of Steve Cooper. School's out for summer. That's a bit of people might know that one, but I'm not going to use that one this morning. I can't bring that into the conversation.
Do you know what though? I've just noticed something that someone's tweeted on Leicester Fan TV, with our video that we're doing them right now. Someone just put "wish me luck" and he sent an email saying, "Dear Sir or Madam, with the vacant manager position still available up in the air, I'd like to submit my CV." Just a fan, just submitting a CV.
I'll tell you what, there's some fans out there that I think would do a very good job. There's some fans
that would do a better job because they know what they want.
Sod the coaching badges. There is some fans out there that could go into that changing rooms at before the game, G them up, half time, throw teacups, give them a right good rollicking, and then take the praise afterwards.
Well, you saw it at Arsenal in the in the documentary. They brought in a guy who does the photography for the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And it's what you need. You need a bit of honesty. You need a bit of a person who cares about the club instead of it just being a manager who just is there to do his job. So it's what we need. And like Gray says, clubs never listen to the fans. Well, I wouldn't say never listens. They obviously try. I think they do try, but they never. They're not open and tell us what's going on in the.
They haven't really listened to us. I mean, if you look at the odds, and the bookies very rarely get it wrong, apart from Claudio Ranieri, they got it so wrong there. Steve Cooper is top 4-5 on. Graham Potter is 4-1 on, coming in from 16 to 1. Carlos Colberan is now out at 9-2. I sound like John McCririck here. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is 10-1 in fourth place. David Moyes is at 12-1. Ruud van Nistelrooy is at 10-6 on. That's a strange betting, 10-6. Oscar Garcia is 25-1. And the two outsiders are Rob Edwards and Cambiasso. Cambiasso keeps getting mentioned. He's got to be given a job sooner or later.
He's got his badges, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But what people's... Yeah, Patrick, yes, that's what I was going to say that, but I'm glad you said it, Patrick, instead of me. Paying 25 notes. And still a few people are paying this, haven't I? I've noticed a few people. David Moyes is 3-1 at Ladbrokes. I was going off Sky Bet this morning, and David Moyes was at 12-1 this morning. Cooper is king of low blocks, happy season. Well, it might. Well, Claudio Ranieri was king of the counter attack, so it might be the way it works. Morning, Dara. How are you? But so you're set. So what did you say? You prefer Potter? Did you say?
My first two are Potter or Moyes, but I don't think any of them two are happening. So
Yeah, I'd love to have Graham Potter here.
my second choice is either Solskjaer or Cooper, because there's no. I'm not going to the Championship for a manager. There's just no point.
If Potter came in, he could slither in.
The thing is, whoever comes in has to deal with this.
You get it.
Oh
He
yes,
could
I do know.
slither
Yeah,
in.
yes,
Oh,
yeah.
come
Harry
on.
Potter.
You've
got
today.
You've got to keep saying to me. I'll catch on. I'll catch it at some point. But yeah, I was saying that whichever manager comes in, they've got to know that they're starting on a negative, whatever it is. So
Well,
you just got to hope.
You say that, really. There was reports this week. It won't be heard until November.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Because in my eyes, and this probably no one agrees with me, and I know Phil doesn't agree with me, I'd prefer to have a point deduction after the season started, because you can at least rack some points up then. If you know you're on a minus, it'll be hard to stack them points up.
Now, this is one thing I've been going on in our group chat the last couple of days. Graham Potter has had about 3 chances to come to us and rejected us. I honestly don't understand that. I don't think he's had any chance. It's all it is paper talk. How do we know? He might be right, but people keep going on about, oh yeah, it was rejected, like it's common knowledge. There was one report just before Dean Smith, and then just after Dean Smith, he rejected us twice. But he just got the sack from Chelsea, and he said he wanted a break from football. So he's not gonna.
Yeah,
so he hasn't really rejected us.
It all depends on what manager wants to come in and wants to face the challenge, because that's what Enzo did. He faced the challenge by coming into the Championship and saying, I want to get these back to where we belong. And obviously he did that. But now whoever takes this job in the Premier League is going to have a hard fight, because whenever this point deduction is, and a new promoted team in Leicester, they've got to do all they can to keep us up.
You know what, Chapstar? You're the first person to actually realise, I've been doing it all these years, you're the first person to actually realise what I've been saying. And if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would come, my words would be tack, which is thank you. So I've already sorted it, so I do know. But you're the first one to realise, Chapster. Well done. There's no prize for getting it, but well done. Sorry, really, you were saying.
No, I was just saying whoever's coming in has got to deal with a lot of stuff, and they've got to be ready for whatever comes, because, like, I know, like I say, any manager should come in. Like I said, we could ask for Potter, but Potter might be looking at it and think it was just too hard of a challenge for him. And if he gets relegated with Leicester, if that happens, then his CV is just going to go downhill, because it's like, well, if you got someone relegated, then it's not enough for someone in the top 6.
LCFC, great. We've been paying silly money for Brendan Rodgers. The only one we probably wouldn't have paid a lot for is Dean Smith. Enzo would have been on a fairly decent screw, I would have thought, with a bonus as well for getting us up. Potter's out of a job. He needs a job. The only thing I can think of is someone's just said it here. I'm not sure who said it. Is Scott. He might be waiting for the England job. Would you really want to take the England job, really, after Gareth Southgate? It's a bit of a poison chalice, isn't it?
No, I do think that's a job that someone would want, because you know it's going to end at some point, and especially after the other game the other day. Christ.
Even on Friday night, Monday and Friday was awful.
But yeah, if anyone thinks we're going to win the Euros when we play teams like that and we lose to them, it's ridiculous. But
so
I'm not saying that we are going to lose it. I'm just saying it just shows you that.
So you don't think it's coming home then, pal?
I'm not one of them people who just.
Does anyone in the group chat think it's coming home? If anybody thinks it's coming home in the group chat, please put a big thumbs up. If you don't think it's coming home, the old thumbs down. Because I don't think it's coming home after the last two performances. It's the curse. Can you quickly tell me about the manager? Shall we start from the very beginning for Gray?
No.
No.
If he's late, he's late.
You have to go on catch up and watch it. Gray Richardson has gone for thumbs up. No. David Ward, no. James Hill, no. Not playing like that. Ross, no. No, it's not coming home. Friday was terrible. Monday was terrible. Andreas, no, it's not coming home. Yeah, they're all agreeing with us, Reedy. It's not coming home.
I think the moment the Euros kick off, we'll all be like, yeah, it's coming home, but
no.
We'll get to. Well, from what it looks like, and also I've done this like predictor thing, and if we do get to like a semi-final, which again is possible with how we did in the World Cup or the Euros last time, we would be facing France. So
again,
yeah, good start.
Great, ever the positive. We have the talent to.
We do. No, we do have the talent easily.
12 out of that 26 has never played in tournament football.
Well, this 26, yes, but we have got a talent. We have got the talent overall to do it.
Right. We've talked over the managers. We're going to talk over the players because, like I say, we've talked about Vardy and Vestergaard being a bit of a more Vestergaard being the surprise package of re-signing. But we saw them say Kevin Albrighton, Kell, and a little bit of DP in the middle of the park have all been released from the club. So I've got to find a new joke now for that. But the big name missing off the retained list and the release list was Wilf. Read it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
he's been away with Nigeria. He captained Nigeria. Kel started Friday. Sorry. So what's happening there? Are they in talks? There must be in talks because his name's been not on the list at all, and he was out of contract.
Do you know what? You really like. I didn't realize that until you mentioned it today, and I'm thinking, do you know what? Out of all the players that were going to be out of contract, there's only one left, and if he was leaving, he'd be in them names that have already been announced to go. So there's obviously in talks, like Neon says, there's obviously talks that might be the fact that he might be staying. Does he want to stay? I don't know. Remember a few years ago, he was linked to all these massive clubs when he was in top form in the Premier League. So maybe he fancies one more crack at the Premier League with Leicester. I don't know. In my opinion, I'd keep him. But I would not play him in that 8 role. I'd play him back in where he's suited in that DM role.
Yeah, well, yeah, more as a but then you play him there. It all depends what manager we get, doesn't it?
No, that's the thing. I don't think we're going to be playing this same style anymore. Whatever manager comes in, so he might fit the system better again.
Yeah. See, also as well, we've got this this like we talked earlier about the points deduction and the PSR. I mean, with the contracts mostly sorted now, and City were placed under a transfer embargo by the EFL, but like you said, that finished Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever the 6th was, whatever day it was, the 6th. The only thing left now is to balance the books, isn't it, by the 30th of June, which we've got to. The only way we can balance the books is by selling players. But I don't think we know exactly how much it is, do we?
No.
There's figures being bandied about. 30 million, 45, 15 million. We just don't know, do we? So we're not sure how much it's going to be to comply for the regulations, sorry. Are we going to have to offload some of the talent, some of the better talents like KDH? Will we have to offload him? Mads, Justin, Wout Fez, they'll all get decent money, but what's your reading? What do you think? They can make them others and keep Madison and keep and keep Dewsbury Hall. But are they big enough for them 3 players? And name Mads, James Justin, and Wout Fez? Will they be big enough to balance the books?
I don't think we need to sell. I think we could just get loans in, to be honest. I think that might be the go-to thing. I think Phil's even mentioned that I think that this year will be all about the loan players. And there's going to be quite a few loan players that we could probably get from maybe the relegated teams from last year to back to the championship. Again, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't be annoyed if we did sell one of the big players because we might have to. But if we've got the best chance in staying up, we do need to keep majority of our players and hopefully just bring a few in to steady the ship because we can't be selling Mads and then we don't have a good enough keeper in the Premier League like we did last year in Ward to do what we have to do with him because we could see he's probably one big reason why we got relegated last year, and that's not
Well,
me
yeah.
blaming him, but it's big. And like Scott says there's many other players in this team that we could sell, even if it is for a couple of pennies. It would still stack the money up.
Well, yeah, like when Enzo was in charge, I think you could see it was easy to identify the players that were surplus to requirements, weren't there? Like Danny Ward, Everson, Suter, Christiansen, Thomas. Who else?
But then
They-
half of these might be back in our team next year.
That's what I
Christiansen, if you're
mean.
playing a full left back,
Yeah,
like he got Champions League with Bologna
yeah.
in the Italian league. That's incredible. Like
Yeah. Oh,
Bologna's
yeah.
been nowhere near, so someone like Christiansen might be perfect for us next year. He might
See,
he got to the Champions League and now he's going to come back to Leicester and fight for relegation.
they're like I say, their futures were uncertain. Well, no, were quite clear under Enzo. They weren't wanted. None of them six that I mentioned. But now under a new manager, new tactics, you're never quite sure who would. Reedy, would you drive Ward to Wrexham if you knew where Wrexham was?
Funny. He needs to go though. He does need to go. You got maybe put a GoPro in goal and then you can start being like Ben Foster.
Ben Foster. Daka needs to go. I don't think he needs to go, but I think he's a saleable asset. Unfortunately, I know you quite like him.
Well, with Kel going as well now, we probably. I don't know if we do need to buy a striker, but I would say that. Like I say, we've got Cannon still. We've got him for 5 years. Like we've got 3 strikers. I don't think it's necessary to buy a new striker. It was glad that Kel's gone and now he's basically not on the books. But I don't think we need 4 strikers in the club when we could use that space to get someone else in.
So that's what Stephen's saying. Look, lads, new manager, new tactics, new players. Who knows? Just back the lads. Yeah, we will. We're just talking, but they're not actually not being negative. These are facts that them 6 players that I mentioned were nowhere near the starting lineup and had an uncertain future.
There's a lot of players that we let go on loan that are probably Premier League quality or even better because again you got Sumari. Yes, people might not like him. He's gone to Sevilla and he was playing in Europa League or whatever.
Yeah.
You've got Christiansen who was playing in the Serie A and he's got Champions League football with their team. There's many players that we've let go to go on loan and they're doing better than what we were doing.
See, even when VK was here, I think he played 15 games. I think it was something like that. I can't remember the exact amount of games. But actually, as a left back, he looked quite good as a left back, storming down that wing. But we don't play that kind of system at the minute.
No.
We don't have the overlapping defenders going past them and getting to the byline and putting the crosses in. We had the wingers get into the 18-yard box, putting a cross in, cutting back, putting a cross in, and it's sailing over the back post for no reason or going towards the corner flag. Mm-hmm. But so with the overlapping fullbacks, it will give us more space at the top of the pitch. But who am I to know? I'm not a manager, am I? I'm just a 54-year-old bald-headed fat pundit talking about stuff.
I do agree with Scott, though. I think that was the one thing that I did like about him. I think I was at the Villa game in his first start, and him and Suter together were honestly crazy. So it was nice to see, but again, he obviously died down a bit because, again, passion gets you so far, but when you're struggling in relegation, it really doesn't help as much. You need, obviously, the fight instead of the passion.
I mean, I think Ward even got a winner's medal, championship medal, I think. just for being a number 3 keeper. And I think he sat
Well, he
on the
was-
bench twice. I think.
he was at that party, wasn't he? On the day that we that who was it that lost? Someone was watching a game and they lost. I think Leeds. I was at Leeds, weren't it? Leeds lost and it made us get promoted. So yeah, I saw Ward at the party and was like, what the hell was he doing there?
Hold on a minute. I've just seen a comment from somebody. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh yes, I am. I'm one of the best. Well, in Alcudia anyway. Let's put it like
I've
that.
not even been bought a pint yet from you.
No, you haven't. But you find it too warm though, don't you? Really doesn't like the sun. He doesn't like holidays. Not sure he likes flying. He doesn't like the sun. That's for certain.
No.
Do you like flying?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
You don't mind flying? You ever been away anywhere on a plane?
Yeah, I've been many places, mate.
Oh, have you? You've been many places.
Last time I went to one was Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. So.
Oh, right, okay then. Oh, you didn't go by bus then?
No.
Tammy Abrahams has been mentioned yet again in dispatches. I don't know. We can't really buy players until the new manager comes in because he might not like the players. So I think we need to get a manager in ASAP because I can't remember the transfer, the start of it. Is it the 13th, is it, I think? 13th or the 14th, the first day of the transfer window opens. The fixtures are out on the Thursday, come on, help me out here, reader.
What?
18th, is it? The fixtures? Is it the 18th?
Oh, yeah. I think it's 16th or 18th. I think
16th,
it's Thursday.
16th or 18th.
I think it's a Thursday. Let me have a quick check now. 18th.
18th.
Tuesday. Yeah, it'll be 18th. Yeah.
Tuesday the 18th, yeah.
Oh, we'll be going live on that day to talk about it.
Oh, 14th is the transfer window. So that's Friday then, isn't it? That's a week on Friday though. It's the first day of the Euros when it's not coming home.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so everyone, just quickly, well, we've been talking about the manager, but we haven't. I want you to put who you want as the manager down in the chat. Both me and Reedy have said Potter, but we don't think he will come. I think David Moyes would be a decent shout, but maybe, I don't know, he's not going to be the fans' favourite, is he really? I would have said Moyes. Carlos Colberan would be probably the best choice, but he's going to cost us money. And for me, Solskjaer would be a little bit of too much of a risk being out of work for 3 years.
Thing is, the amount of people I'm already looking saying Moisey. I think out of all the 4 managers in the Premier League or Premier League level, he's the most unlikely one because he's just come out of a job and he might want a break. So
yeah.
I don't think he'll be anywhere near Moisey unless I take him, but I just don't think he'd be wanting to come out of the other ones. So.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry, wrong one. That one. Mark Bassett, England manager. 4-4 bloody footer 2. It wasn't quite that. There was a bit more industrial language in it, but I'm not going to say that this early in the morning. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. If we had Mike Bassett, 4-4-2, that'd be brilliant, that would. Bit of old school football. Cooper dealt with a delicate situation at Forest. Yes, he did. He did well there. Potter would be my first choice, Wayne says. Would Cooper be that bad as it stands? We've got no one now. It's true though. We need to get someone Harry Redknapp. I don't think more like Jamie Redknapp than Harry Redknapp, to be honest. But read it. It's going to be another long week again, isn't it? Finding out what's going to happen and seeing what's happening.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough. I mean, you must have been back on Friday doing half hours work twice.
I know, right? It's mental. All I'll say is we just got to remember what we need to do for the next show title next week. Let's see what song we can bring out next week.
It depends on what happens through the week, doesn't it? I mean, we've had a couple of good ones. Should I stay or should I go by the Clash? And then we had to back Enzo or not to back Enzo. That is the question. And then, hello, is it me you're looking for? A few little silly puns dancing on the ceiling that you got me straight away. But yeah. It's all about
maybe Lionel Richie's manager, mate.
All night long, mate. All night long. Da-dum. Another one. That you can't even plan this kind of stuff. It's just off the cuff, completely off the cuff. But right then, Rudy, Cheers for joining me, lads and lasses. It's been much appreciated. Reedy, we shall see you next week.
Yep. See you in a bit, mate.
I don't see you through the week. I'll see you through the window, pal.
See you in a bit.
Cheers, mate. Righty-o, lads and lasses. Well, yeah. The only way is up. The only way. That could be a good title. It depends who we get. I'll have to remember that one, Mark, for next week. Later's LCFC Gray, much appreciated. There we go. Another famous Foxes Aftermath show live with you every Sunday morning at 9:30. So it's, like I say, it's much appreciated. All you lot, great figures today. Nearly 300 of you watching. Absolutely fantastic. Let's see next week if we can get to the 500 mark. 500 viewers on a Sunday morning. That would be absolutely fan-dabby doozy. But that's for next week. So it's ciao, ciao, adios, goodbye. All right, me ode. Come on, you Foxes. There goes the final whistle.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, Everod's, Barlow Blinds, Booker Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hologram, Take Me, Nubian Co, The Foxes Arms and Rainbows. Run by the fans, for the fans. Follow us on socials at Leicester Fan TV and visit leicesterfantv.com for all the latest news, views and videos.